पहले हम यहाँ नहाते हैं, इतना पानी साफ
यही
था।
पीता है, यही पानी
ये
पहले
पानी
पीता है।
पीता है, सब चीजें पीता है। इस वक्त समझो खराब सब डल खत्म।
It wasn't always like this. There was a time when the Dal Lake was a scene of magical splendor. In the immortal words of poet Kalidas, it is more beautiful than the heavens. It is the benefactor of supreme bliss and happiness. It seems to me that I'm taking a bath in the lake of nectar. Once a paradise which enthralled the senses, the condition of the Dal Lake today calls for immediate remedial action. Unchecked urbanization, man-made devastation, a chronic disregard for preservation and nurturing, ongoing deforestation and erosion. These are just some of the avoidable factors which have reduced the wonder world to a state of thorough neglect. Let's pause for a moment then to remind ourselves of the infinite vastness and grandeur. The Dal Lake was once justly described as the jewel in the crown of Srinagar, the summer capital of Jammu and Kashmir. The Dal Lake, one of the world's natural lakes, is considered a major attraction of Kashmir. In 1200 AD, the lake covered an area of 75 square kilometers. But by the 1980s, only 25 square kilometers survived. And today, this lake stretches over barely 12 square kilometers, and the depth has reduced from 45 feet to a mere 4 feet in some parts. The Dal Lake, a must-experience spot for tourists, is also a vital source for commercial operations in fishing and water plant harvesting. The lake plays host to houseboats or shikaras. Designed as luxurious as well as functional watercrafts, they have often been called the gondolas of India. Srinagar is nostalgically remembered as the summer capital of the British Raj. The British rulers gave the go-ahead for construction of lavish houseboats on the lake. The first of its kind, Victory, was built in 1888 by M.T. Kenhard. Today, these marvelously designed shikaras dot the lake's embankments and serve as a source of livelihood for over 8,000 families. Since time immemorial, a day would end, assuring that nothing compares to the spectacle of divine nature. Romance and purity were in the air. Fabulous colors and serenity would glow over the waters, inspiring poets, thinkers, and dreamers. Truly, if only our yesterdays could be restored to us, our hearts would not have to ache for the glory that was. There are serious issues which have to be dealt with now. Intensive measures are a must to clean up the deceptively green wastage lingering over the waters. The reduced oxygen in the environment has to be tackled. These factors are responsible for affecting the health of the inhabitants, besides contaminating the environment. Moreover, note has to be taken of the increasing loss of aquatic life which once thrived at the Dal. Despite the vagaries of time and tide, the Dal Lake continues to be resilient. The delectable floating market, Meena Bazaar, is a venue for trade, big and small. In the morning hours, it is a route adopted by children to reach their schools. For tourists, it's a spot to unwind and relax. This is more than apparent in the course of a shikara ride to the picturesque Hazrat Bal, commencing from the entrance of Lal Chowk, passing through the renowned points Renavar, Gardhans and Sadkal, before reaching its destination point. The Hazrat Bal Shrine, an emblem of secularism, draws people from all faiths. As evening sets in, the grand Shah Jahan Bridge conveys a timeless quality. Nothing can diminish the brilliant aura of Char Chinar in the old city. Nothing can stop the shops, lit in multicolors from their daily activities. The Nehru Park commands attention. It's on Boulevard Road, where commercially operated houseboats rest till it's time to return to business as usual. But can such tranquility survive forever? The answer to that is blowing in the wind. Hopefully, yes, it can and will. The lost paradise can be saved and restored to its stature as one of the most scenic and historically rich destinations for domestic and international tourists. A fantasy come true for all. The Dal Lake became the place to be for the prolific film industry of Mumbai, colloquially known as Bollywood. Countless Majnoos of the big bright screen have serenaded their lovely Lailas here. Countless movie memories have been filmed here. Situated under the Zabarwan Valley, the awe-inspiring Himalayan range presides over the Dal Lake, as if waiting for it to ebb and flow once more in a soothing rhythm. To be sure, there has been a drive to save the Dal Lake from advancing degradation, but no amount of effort is sufficient. The need of the hour is for a mounting effort which cuts across regions. The Dal Lake needs us. It needs care and respect. Sediment deposits, untreated sewage, weeds and waste from settlements and houseboats call for a far more intensive solution. Biodigesters on houseboats are required so that waste does not flow into the lake. Easier said than done, perhaps, but it has to be done right now.
The blame lies on the local population who have not taken good care of it. And then I would say secondly, it's the politicians and the administrators who, if they saw that the things are getting bad, they should have been a bit strict and they should have put an end to it. So I would say it's a mix of both. One is obviously the demography, increasing population and increasing encroachment upon Dal Lake, and secondly it is the inaction of the politicians.
I don't remember any other place in the world which is as good as it is. But it's our responsibility to make it, to maintain this, to make it beautiful. But we live in ignorance, being a Kashmiri as well. I would say my brothers, my sisters, or my countrymen, we have been not taking serious action about this.
It is very important to clean your environment. Nature is giving us everything, food, and we have to keep it clean. It's very important.
और एटरी का छोटा है, सबका है ना, सबको खराब है. पानी का कमती का बहुत खराब का सबका है.
पोल्यूशन हो जाएगा तो पूरा अपना स्टेट पर पूरा असर पड़ेंगे, बीमारी उठेंगे पानी से, लोग बीमार हो जाएंगे अगर इसका जल्दी साफ नहीं, जल्दी कुछ नहीं और करेंगे.
We need to collectively look into this matter, and if we can collectively work in one aspect in maintaining the Dal and the beauty of Srinagar, which basically the Srinagar is famous for what Srinagar is famous for. So we can make this place a heaven, which was earlier 20 or 30 years, which I used to see.
देखो, हाथ में पाँचों के लिए ऐसा नहीं है. मैं खुद अपना जिम्मेदारी अपने हाथ में लेते हैं. अगर सारा लेंगे तो दल साफ हो जाएगा.
So there's this lovely poem by Rumi. It says, "The wound is the place from where the light will enter you." Let me repeat it. The wound is the place from where the light will enter us. For me, Kashmir has always been the wound, and now it's up to us to let the light come through. It's needless to say and describe the beauty of Kashmir, the beautiful Srinagar, and the enchanting Dal Lake. But what are we doing to this beautiful lake, this beautiful city? We are polluting it, we are not keeping it clean. It's not just a lake, it's a heritage, it's a socio-cultural asset for Kashmir. So let's not destroy it. I'm also very positive, very positive that now that we are aware of the situation, we are going to turn it around and bring back Dal Lake to the glory it deserves, it always had.
वो कहानी जो सुनी थी पुरानी हो गई, इस झील की जवानी रवानी खो गई. आइए डल झील की जवानी और रवानी को बचाएं. Let's save that.
Tomorrow, as they say, is another day. Another sunset, another sunrise. The Dal needs us as much as we need the Dal. A thing of beauty which must last forever. Indeed, as the great poet Amir Khusru had said, "Agar firdaus bhar ru zami, ast hami, ast hami, ast hami." If there is paradise on earth, it is this, it is this, it is this. Let's keep his words alive today. Let's get together and save our natural wonder and restore the might of the jewel of Kashmir. Let's join the YUWA initiative of the Karuna Social Entrepreneurship Foundation. Let's save the Dal.